Welcome, everyone, to the Resilient, Wild, and Unstoppable interview series. And this evening, because it is a little later for me, we have Uma from India. And it's so exciting because she is a holistic coach, has so much value that she brings, and I really want you to get to know her. So, Uma, I'm curious, what started you on this journey of childhood trauma healing?
Well, thank you for having me here. And to answer your question, what started me on the journey is because I was asking some deeper questions to the universe. And that was like, what was my purpose? Because I was not able to bear a child. And I was like, what am I really meant to do? What is it that I'm here for? And that's when the path was like started carving out for me. And I did not start off as a childhood trauma healing expert, or I did not start with even childhood trauma healing for myself. And it all began with me first training to become a yoga teacher.
Hmm.
And from there on, oh yeah, I didn't mention that to you. I'm also a trained yoga teacher and a yoga nidra facilitator. And from there, I connected with my Reiki master, and she told me that you probably have some childhood trauma. And I was like, I said, I know, I don't think so. Like, I was one of the favorite childs and grandchildren, and I don't know, I don't believe that. But then it so happened that during COVID, after I moved back, this was when I was in the UK, and then I moved back to India, and I connected with my hypnotherapy mentor, who actually was just running a raffle. He was running a miracle, manifestation magic program, and I joined that for or I was a participant, and that's where I won his raffle, and it was like the universe gifting me the hypnotherapy program, right? And when I went and took a deep dive into his program, did I realize that I had so much of childhood trauma
Mm.
in me, which had actually kept me stuck, and which like had always made me feel. I always had this feeling, just not me, but even my family members, my parents, that I had all the potential, but it was not visible into the external world.
Oh,
It
wow.
was I was just getting along and doing the regular things. And I'm actually a dentist by profession. And so yeah. So I had to quit dentistry when I moved to the UK because my husband found a project there, and that's when I I was like made to stay back home because I didn't have a job, and since I didn't have children, that led to loneliness and depression, and that was the reason I first started with my yoga teacher training,
Mm.
and from there on the journey began, and yeah, during this hypnotherapy program, that is when I realized that I had deep-seated childhood trauma, which was unaddressed and was causing so many challenges in my life. And when I then birthed my coaching program, I thought, what better than this to offer to the world?
Absolutely. And there are so many people that I can see benefit from it. And at the same time, what you were saying was you didn't discover it until it was almost accidental when you took this other path. So, for those that
Absolutely.
have not discovered their childhood trauma that they may be experiencing and not know it,
No,
what what would you say to them?
well, what is the first thing that I want them to understand is that if they are feeling stuck, or if they feel that they have all the potential and still not being able to achieve their goals or even dare to dream big, right? And if they are struggling from challenges in their relationships, if they are someone who are struggling with the relationship with themselves foremost and then with others, then they should explore healing their inner child or connecting with their inner child and then finding the real potential that's already hidden within them.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because, I can envision that some of them have never really understood their inner child.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
And I think even the concept of inner child is very new. It's like maybe a decade or a little more than that, but
Mhm.
then like rarely do people even understand that, childhood trauma does not have to be some major incident. It doesn't have to be something big that they should have experienced for them to feel the way they are feeling. And it could be very simple things that they have experienced in their childhood, which can leave them thinking that they are not enough, they are not lovable, or they are not worthy. And that is what actually leads them to where they are in their life currently.
Yeah. And I'm curious as to, would you agree or would you say that sometimes that childhood trauma is unconscious and it is there even if they are not aware of it?
Absolutely, yes, it is unconscious. And I think most of us would have experienced childhood trauma, but it's just that what decision you make at that point in time when you experience trauma, or what is the programming that's happened in your subconscious that then shapes your life.
Yeah. Yep. What are three super tips or valuable tips that you could share with our audience?
Well, the first most important one is for them to understand that they are enough no matter what. And the second one that I would like to share with them is that, you are never alone and there is help around the corner and you just have to stretch your hand out and, you know, put that intention into the universe, and the universe will direct you to the right people, the right person to help, to help you to really find your potential. And yeah, last but not the least is that each one of us have that hidden potential in us, which we can all tap into if we set our mind to and let go of our mediocre life to find a fulfilling one.
Yes, that is so awesome. And I think it's so beneficial.
Thank you.
What else would you want to share with the members of our community and others that join the community that can really speak to your uniqueness in what you bring to the healing?
Thank you. So, to the members of the community, what I would say is this process is not rushed. And it's always best to work with someone who can deeply understand and have walked that path, knowing how it feels when they are not feeling seen, heard, or even feeling, not really wanted and accepted. And most of us experience that at some point in time in our lives, and that, they can always reach out and they don't have to do it alone. And the way I take them on the journey is that it is a very gentle way, because they're always supported and guided and, held in a very, very tender way, like a child should be.
Yeah, that's awesome. This has been such a great interview. I am so glad that
Thank
we
you.
finally connected. And yeah, I am so
Thank
grateful for
you.
you. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Kat. And thank you. Thank you for having me here and giving me this opportunity to be here with you on the interview. And it has been an amazing chat with you. Thank you.